Doing today, I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Today, we're gonna still talking about YNW Melly. Somebody is gonna say in the chat sooner or later, why we talking about YNW Melly every day? You know, there's the trial and it's happening. So therefore, we're just discussing the trial. Some things happened yesterday that I think are pretty interesting, especially for the individuals that I guess it doesn't really matter what side of the conversation you're on, but there was a couple of things that happened the other day that was pretty interesting. YNW Melly's actual friend comes on, makes some kind of accusations about him changing his clothes. We want to discuss that. Also, in addition to that, there is so his phone, the defense team is trying to have some of the entries on his phone omitted. Obviously, the defense team doesn't want the phone in at all, but they're trying to have some aspects of the phone omitted, and they actually won on a specific point that I think if it was allowed to be in, it would be prejudicial and there would be an issue. And I think sometimes what you don't understand, or what sometimes, not you particularly, I think sometimes what people don't understand is that a lot of things that y'all decide that y'all gonna base your opinion of a person on is prejudicial. Meaning, basically, if you're gonna agree all the negative things about me that somebody says has precedence over any of the positive things that somebody about me says, that means that you're biased. As so vice versa. So these things aren't allowed in court because you cannot treat a person fairly if that's the parameters in which you're using. With that being said, I want to talk about something for 2 minutes and then we're going to get right back to the conversation. I want to be clear about something. And the only reason why I'm talking about this is because these people are sick. So you know how I keep telling you there's something going on with that fucking Key Food? Every time I go in that Key Food, it's like there's women following me, fucking around, just disrespecting me for no reason. So I don't really go to the store no more unless I got headphones on because I don't really want to listen to this shit. So let me tell you what happened yesterday. Shout out to L Guns, and then we're going to get right to the show because I just want to share this. My life is an actual movie because I live around a lot of douchebags. Not everybody I live around is douchebags. I just happen to live around a lot of them. So the lady that runs the Key Food, it's two people that run it. It's this dude, he's super cool. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's super cool. Motherfuckers, like, you want to hang out with the guy. Like, he's super cool, extremely charismatic. You can tell that he's worldly. You can tell he's not a douchebag. And you can tell he's just a real nigga. And then there's the lady that worked there. And for some strange reason, ever since I lived over here, she's just focused on me. So anytime she's at work is when I usually have the issues at the supermarket. When she's not there, I don't usually have any issues at the supermarket. I'm just being honest with you. So I'm playing basketball. Wait, I got to rewind the story a little bit. I'm going to hurry up. So I've been hit in the nuts 3 times in the last 2 weeks playing basketball. It gets strange. It gets stranger from here. Good morning, my brother. Morning. It gets stranger from here. I told you they always have the people come by me and do this. I'm telling you, it's a thing. So it gets stranger by the moment. Check this out. So the first time I got kneed in the nuts, it was a 100% accident. Me and homeboy was fighting for the ball. So now every time I go play basketball, I don't have compression shorts. I wish I had did. So I wear like 2 pair of underwear. I wear like the boxer briefs, and then I wear like the regular boxes over the top of them. And I try to pull them as tight as possible because some dudes hang low and some dudes have a big like bulge going on there. So I need to control that because I got kneed in the nuts and the shit wasn't fun. So I need to control the area that I can get kneed in any regard. Remember I told you I was at the courts and some dude he punched me in the nuts? I don't know what that was about. But I was also at the park about a couple of days after that, and I'm playing basketball with some kid that I do not know. He's some new nigga, some new little kid. I do not know this little kid. Don't know him. I'm playing basketball with him, and a lot of you not. It looked like he tried to reach for my balls. I'm not even lying to you. So I don't play with that kid no more. I don't know what kind of time that is. Fast forward to yesterday. I'm at the park. The kid shows up with another kid that looks similarly like him. They could be brothers. Little kids. Little kids like this, fam. I don't play with them. Because after the last situation, I don't know what's going on with y'all. I don't know what's happening in your home. I don't know what kind of trauma you've been through. I don't know what you consider to be acceptable. I don't consider that to be acceptable. The kid's on the phone the whole entire time he's there. Like, he's not on the phone. They beat me to the park. So I get to the park. As soon as I get to the park, he runs to the phone. He picks his phone up. He's on the phone for a little while. Gets off the phone. He comes over. He tries to play. I'm not playing with them. I'm running drills with the little dude that I know. I don't know them other dudes. I don't want to get into no argument with your parents. I don't want no problems. I don't want no issues. I'm not on that type of time. So I'm going to stay away from you. Like, you might have somebody did some creep shit to you or some shit, and you might think that that was acceptable. I don't think that's acceptable. So I'm going to avoid you. Lo and behold, some new niggas that I've never seen at the park show up. And then they sit down and start talking the same shit that the people be talking about me that's in the supermarket. Exact same things, word for motherfucking word. This lady sent the motherfucking kid to the park, I think, to come try to make me look like a bad guy. This is how Satan works. Satan go to righteous people and try to make righteous people angry so they could then say, see, they don't worship God. That's what Satan does. They did it all in the Bible. Oh, I had to turn around. She had a nice ass. They did it all in the Bible. That's what Satan does. Whenever Satan sees a righteous man, one of the number one things Satan wants to do is come around, disrupt that person's peace, and then try to say, see, that person don't worship the Lord. These people are evil, fam. And I don't like the fact that they decided to make me part of their life. Now, with that being said, let's get back to YNW Melly. The Florida's prosecution office has to be some of the worst prosecutors in the history of prosecution. So now I understand why Florida is so crazy. Florida has a good reason for being crazy. Because their justice system is unfair. I'm going to say this again. When you have an unfair justice system, good morning. When you got an unfair justice system, that hurts society. That hurts the immediate society more than anything else. The immediate community that unfair justice system is working in. Why do you think we keep hearing about the most insane crimes being committed down in fucking Florida? They a whole nother country, fam. All you gotta do is look at their justice system. That's it. So they got a slight win the other day. When the YNW Melly's partners, homeboys, get on the stand. Now I want to say something real quick. I don't hear about nobody talking about he's snitching. Why? It's because he's not a rapper, so it's okay, it's cool. As soon as one of these rappers come out and y'all think he talking to somebody, y'all make a million videos about how this dude is snitch. I'm just saying, not that I care about these things, because I really don't. I'm all for making the streets safer. So it is what it is. If you get caught and you go to jail and you did the crime, it's on you. I'm not wishing you to prison. But you knew what was at stake when you did the thing that you did. You knew what all the possibilities was. You knew there was a chance you would get caught, and you knew upon this chance of you getting caught, you was gonna then still have to do time. You knew about the consequences. This wasn't like you thought if you get caught, you was gonna go home and we try again tomorrow. You was not pinky in the brain, fam. So I say all that to say this. Shout out to Bushwick. Salute. Everybody drop some comments. I'll do roll call in 5 more minutes if y'all want. So I say all that to say this. The dude said, and this is why you really got to pay attention. And another thing I keep trying to tell y'all. I think one of the ways that niggas is hiding how they're scared is by making sure that they're around a lot of people. I think one of the ways niggas is hiding that they actually fearful is by making sure that they're in big groups and they got a lot of people around them. So, because that helps them feel safe when they got a lot of people. But that actually is a liability, fam. Because you don't know who's who. You know how many crimes people wouldn't have committed if they wasn't hanging out with a douchebag? Think about how many times people get killed because some douche, they got into an argument with a douchebag, and then somebody go help them take somebody's life, and now you in jail over something stupid. You in jail over something stupid. Because you had a friend that was a douchebag. You had one of those friends that walk around trying to figure out how they gonna show everybody they tough. You had one of those friends that just didn't want to enjoy life. That's what it be, fam. There's too many people out here that just refuse to enjoy life. The only enjoyment they could get out of life is making sure that other people aren't enjoying theirs. Like that lady that got these people following me around every 5 minutes. I don't go to the supermarket no more, so they have to come to the fucking park. So I say all that to say this. YNW Melly hits up Fredo Bang right after he kills some people. YNW Melly is not a friend. YNW Melly committed a crime, murdered a nigga, and then called up Fredo Bang went to his crib. YNW Melly is not a friend. A friend isn't gonna go murder somebody and pull up on your doorstep, fam. Imagine you in bed with your old lady. Y'all wound down for the night. Y'all talking all that stuff about, I don't know what anybody else is doing when you laying next to your old lady. I'm usually making plans for tomorrow or for the end of the week or something along those lines. Right? Making plans. That's like one of the best reasons to be in a relationship. And you making plans with your old lady about whatever the things is that y'all like. And then all of a sudden, somebody hits you on the jack and they need to pull up to your crib. And then when they get over there, you find out there's a chance they killed somebody and you're the first place that they came. They are not your friend. Just so we could be clear, I don't want to have to move. L Guns Music Channel says, real friends keep you out of trouble. Fake friends keep you in it because misery loves company. There's niggas right now that are only your friends because they feel like they're going to get into a tight spot and you going to help them out of it. Or they might be able to trick you into doing the thing and them not even having to be in the tight spot. You got friends like that right now, fam. So I guess we gonna be over here today. If y'all get kicked out the room, just come back. This is where we at today. It's a nice shade over here. Sheesh. It's a nice shade over here also. So this is a win-win. Shout out to the Most High. He probably just wanted me in the shade. Exactly. So this dude go and commit a whole crime, fam. This dude go allegedly commit a whole crime where he allegedly killed 2 of his other friends while they were sleeping. And then he goes straight to his other friend's house to change and he changes his clothes. I want to say something. I want to be clear about this. Unless he has a history of changing his clothes in the middle of the day, the prosecution should be able to absolutely eviscerate them on this. Because guess what that prosecution could claim? If they work their evidence appropriately, an inference could be made he had to change his clothes because he had blood splatter on them, putting him in the vehicle when the crime happened. That's what they've been trying to do this whole time. You understand? But they're effing up their evidence. I'm pretty sure they might have been able to get some of this evidence in if they would have did it in the freaking reverse. If they do this evidence in the reverse, they might have been able to get some of that stuff in. People forget, or people just don't know. You gotta, when you want to bring something in the court and you say it's evidence, you have to give it the appropriate context, especially to making sure that it's not prejudicial. So what ends up happening is, this is the thing I keep trying to explain. When people are just like arguing or going back and forth or trying to have a street argument, y'all always bring up shit that's prejudicial. That shouldn't even be shit that should be in the conversation. Me and you talking about what tastes better, Popeyes or KFC, but you want to bring into the conversation and I'm only able to talk about Big Macs. How are we going to have a conversation? You understand? Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn says that DA lost that case. They freaking stupid. What up, Florida State bullies? I couldn't see your comment earlier. If you're still in here, I'm trying to make it so. Be careful about who you call your friends, fam. When I was a teenager, I had a friend. I'm not going to call his name. But he had screws loose. And there was times that he was just a badass. Well, all of my friends were badasses, so it is what it is. So we in a fight with some dudes inside the mall. We're outnumbered. I want you to understand this. They got us outnumbered. It's like, I think it's like 5 or 6 of us. It's probably like 15 of them. They're probably like 20. Like they got us outnumbered. There's a point where he's fighting and he got 3 or 4 guys. I think it was more probably like 4 or 5 guys. And they all got him surrounded. Now we out, if you know the food court in Concourse Village. This is where it happened, in the mall, in Concourse Village Mall. If you know the food court. Hold on, I think y'all getting kicked. For everybody that got kicked. She's nice, she's my neighbor. I'm not gonna yell because she's too far away, but she's nice. Let me see if this shit is back up. Hold on. All right, it's back up. My apologies for everybody that got kicked. I can't be in the front of the building currently because there's just a couple that just decided that they're gonna sit and back me on the bench and talk, and they have a right to do that, just like I got a right to move. So check this out. I'm sorry that it's going so slow. I'm getting kicked and everything else. I know we got reception and everything else issues. So check this out. YNW Melly, and I'm going to expose some of the, we're going to discuss some of the ways that the prosecution is fucking the case up. Because right now, YNW Melly, the team doesn't really need to do much. They're winning by accident. They're winning because the other team is visually incompetent. If you wanted to get some proof, if you wanted to get some evidence in that you thought the judge might not allow you to bring in, why wouldn't the first thing you do is show that YNW Melly changed his clothes? They should have, good morning, they should have discussed that first. Come on, man. Fucking, I don't get nature, fam. It's always around me. It was bees yesterday. Today's freaking butterflies. They were following me all of when I was coming here. They was following me like crazy. I don't get it. Anyway, so check this out. If they would have first introduced the reason why it was important to know where the people were sitting in the car, they might have been able to get in some of that other evidence. Why was it important to know whether he was in the vehicle or not? Why was any of this important? To know who the other person was in the car, if there was somebody else in the car? Because we have a situation where the person that we think committed the crime changed his clothes. I think the connection is a little bit strong in the front of the building. We're gonna walk over there. We might get disconnected. That's why I sit in the sun. The connection's a little bit better. And y'all might want to see some of the beautiful people that walk past me in the morning. What up, Overlord? He said bees and butterflies are good fortune. Really? If anybody want to support the platform or the movement or anything that we're doing over here, you can pull up to the Cash App or the PayPal. Also, our gift shop, there is a link on our main page to our store. Go to our main page and there is a link to our store. I'm about to show y'all. Hold on. Go to the main page and there is a link to our store. Go pull up in there and see if there's anything that you like. There is a link to our store. I hit the link to the store. What the hell happened? All right, boom, there we go. There's a link to our store where you could go cop some BBN merch. He said good luck and good fortune. I need all types of good fortune. I need the lady in the freaking that damn supermarket to stop having a hard on for me. And that'll work. I don't know what her problem is, to be honest with you. I don't know why she's so concerned with who I'm dating. I don't know why she's so concerned. I don't know why it's such a big fucking deal to her. Anyway, let's get back to it. Y'all know I do these things. So I want to be clear about something. Y'all saw the butterfly too, right? Them shit's been following me all morning, man. Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm gonna stay focused. Put some comments in the chat. Help me out. All right, so I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. What I believe is the way that the prosecution actually delivered the evidence is one of the reasons why it's so hard for them to get evidence in the court that they want. Now, I don't really care whether this guy's found guilty, whether this guy's found innocent. I don't have no weighing on this. Do I want justice to be done? I don't know what justice actually is in the eyes of the Lord. I don't know enough about this particular case. If you're trying to tell me that that man imminently was going to kill the other man and then that man killed them first. Okay, so stop. So the first thing I want to explain is the Bible says that there's a difference between murder and killing somebody. There's a difference between somebody dying and somebody being murdered. All right, so basically, if you do a thing and the thing you do brings on your own death, you were not murdered. You were killed, though, because you do not now have life. But if somebody decides to take your life with no provocation, you did no deeds that brought this on, then you were murdered. That's the definition that the Bible gives, just so we could be clear. So I don't know if I can stand here and tell you one way or the other whether somebody deserves to die or doesn't deserve to die. That's not my place. That's not my time. So I say all that to say this. Since our judicial system doesn't work with these laws, even though that's actually the explanation for self-defense in our by the laws that govern, that statute laws that govern our country. That's actually the definition for self-defense. But that's also one of the hardest things to win in many states. New York being one of those. So I'm saying all that to say this. I have good reason to believe that those dudes was bullying YNW Melly. I have good reason to believe that he was kind of getting robbed. I have good reason to believe that he was being friendly extorted. I'm going to say that again. I got a good reason to believe he was being friendly extorted. So I'm not here to talk about whether he should have did what he should have did or not. I'm not in that man's shoes. I can't tell nobody how to feel. Today's Tuesday. It opens at 1. Not a problem. It stays open 2 extra hours, though, to 8. 1 to 8? Yeah. Somebody said she probably like you, bro. Now, I'm good, and it has nothing to do with the way she looks. She's not a bad-looking woman. But I don't want that kind of energy around me. Why the fuck would I want to deal with that type of energy? That don't make sense. Why would I want to deal with the energy of somebody, they like you, so they want to make your life hell? That's not my love language. Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with nobody on that. I don't understand that. Like, that doesn't make logical sense. I don't know. It don't make sense. Anyway, so I'm gonna say this. Back to what we're talking about. This is why I'm trying to tell you that I think these prosecutors messed up. When you bring in evidence, and this is why Keenan was just so incredible. I wish we had a camera in the courtroom for the Taxstone trial. I wish. Because Keenan and Montgomery Esquire, they were incredible. These were 2 lawyers that do 2 different things that were at the top of their game. I sincerely still do believe that if Troy Ave would have been more likable, that dude would have got all the max charges against him. I 100% believe that. Keenan was great. Esquire was great. This prosecutor down there, if I get in trouble ever, I want her to work in the city. I want her to work in the city and then take my case, and wherever I get in trouble, I want my lawyer to go up against her. Yo, first of all, these are actual lawyers that work in the actual court, so they're not incompetent. So what it leads me to believe is that a lot of the evidence in which they acquired, they got in the wrong fashion. You understand? I think there was a lot of corruption that could have been going on behind the scenes. And because of the corruption that went on behind the scenes, that's why they might have problems admitting some of the evidence that they currently have. And that's literally the way the system is supposed to work. So the system might be working the way that it's meant to work right now for YNW Melly. That's the way the system is supposed to work. If they don't get the evidence the appropriate way, they cannot use it in court. Somebody was fighting to have this trial on televised. Does anybody remember who was fighting to have this trial televised? One side was fighting to have it televised, and one side was against it having televised. Anybody remember who? What up, God? He says, do you think if Taxstone would have used a different strategy, he would have got less time? No. There was zero wrong with Taxstone and his team's strategy. There wasn't anything wrong with it. There literally wasn't. The only problem Taxstone and his team had is that they didn't have any actual... My dude, they didn't have any actual witnesses, fam. Are you listening? They had no actual witness and beat both of the major charges. You really think his lawyer effed up? I'm going to say that again. They had no actual witnesses. His lawyer beat both of the major charges. I don't... Explain to me what could have been done better. I'm here, I'm listening. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really listening. They had no evidence. They had no actual witnesses. They beat both of the major charges. I have no idea why people ain't out here like this nigga Esquire's a genius. I know I'm giving my opinion. I can't be animated, fam. You want me to give my opinion like this? Like a droll automaton? Is this the only way that I am allowed to respond? To make it seem... Nah, man, I got life over here, motherfuckers. What the fuck? I can have some energy, can't I? And I'm not coming at you as much as I just really want to know your opinion after I just made the statement in which I made. Taxstone was able to beat 2 of the major charges. I don't know what could have been done different. As always, something could have been done different. I'm not smart enough to know it. Something could have been done different. I mean, I don't know what though. Because you got to understand, when you bring up arguments in court, you also open up opportunities for the other side to then argue different things. So that's why sometimes they don't bring up shit in court that we might think is a good thing to be talking about. Because when you bring that up, you open up a door. And you might not want to open up that door because there might be other things behind that door that might not help your client. So I don't know if there's something that they could have done differently. Because I can't think of anything they could have done differently. Other than have more, an actual witness that is going to get on the stand and go directly against what Troy Ave said. Because remember, the witness that they did have basically confirmed Troy Ave's story for the most part. With all due respect. I like that song. Will Fredo Bang have to testify? I have no idea. But if I was the prosecution, that's a slippery slope. I don't know if I'd call him. Is he gonna say anything different than the guy that's currently on the stand? I guess that's the biggest question. Is him confirming what the guy said on the stand gonna help the overall and getting the evidence that they want to get brought back in the case, into the case? Like, you know, or do they just, would they like to have him just so they can have the star factor? That's a possibility. You know, call him up there. They don't really have any questions for him. But they're going to call him up there. Did you come to your crib? Bang. How many people was there? Bang. Did he change clothes? Bang. Do you know why he wanted to change clothes? Bang. What did he do with the clothes that he changed? Bang. But you also got to understand, when you ask these questions, you know, you also opening up the area for that individual to quite possibly maybe lie. I'm going to tell you who don't get enough respect. I'm going to tell you why all of y'all hip-hop dudes, even myself at times, need to be ashamed. We don't big up Little Kim enough. Little Kim got on the stand and straight up lied. Little Kim got on the stand, straight up live for her team. Said that the dude, Jungle, wasn't there. I believe it was Jungle she was saying wasn't there, who was her man at the time. Was saying that Jungle wasn't there. I think the nigga was even on videotape. And she still said that wasn't him. Why don't people give her the props she deserved? Why when y'all talking about this whole snitch culture, ain't people calling her the queen? That seems a little backwards. Y'all want to tear down people who snitch, but when the people that keep it solid, y'all forget about them. Seem a little backwards. I got turning all the way down the wrong street, man. How you do that? Oh, I see how he did that. Both of these streets go in the same direction. So he just randomly thought the next street turned that way. So I don't know if Fredo Bang will have to testify. I don't even know if that's a good idea. The prosecution has made so many mistakes that that's something they might fuck up. You understand? The prosecution seemed to just be messing up every left and right. So would you expect for them to get that right? Do you think that's something they'd be able to work out? Maybe not. Fam. That's supposed to talk now? Fam. They've been following me all day. What up, Tori Mosley? Oh, you the one that asked about Fredo. Yeah, I don't know if Fredo gonna have to testify, fam. I ain't got the slightest idea. I can't tell you nothing. But if he gonna say something different than the other guy, then okay, whatever. And I guess if he's gonna, because remember, he's not gonna want to testify. The prosecution is calling him. He's not gonna want to testify. So if he's not saying anything different than what the other guy's saying, You might be calling a hostile witness up there that might come fuck your case up. So if you don't need him to testify, there's no reason. That makes sense? Attorneys don't like asking questions they don't know the answer to. So if you're an attorney and you got a guy on the stand, you are not supposed to ask a question that you do not already know the answer to. Copy? The fuck? Copy? So it's always risky to call somebody to the stand that don't want to testify. Do y'all remember the last time they called somebody to the stand that didn't want to testify? And the lady was like, she don't remember that. She didn't do this. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think they want to go through that again. Copy? Make sense? She was messing with Jungle, fam. Just because you don't know, that don't mean I don't know. What the fuck? Anybody else in here know about Little Kim or Jungle, or is that just me? Am I just always ahead of the curve? You gonna say she wasn't dating Mano too, right? You gonna say that too, right? I kicked that person already, by the way. They're not gonna be able to respond. You gonna say she wasn't dating Mano too, right? Or am I getting the names mixed up of the individual that she got on the stand and said wasn't there and wasn't shooting? Maybe I'm getting the name mixed up. How about that? I don't think that's the case. What up, purple? So if y'all don't remember, I don't know what to tell you. I remember. You trying to tell me you trying to... If I'm wrong, put it... Who did Little Kim say didn't fire the gunshots? I'm going to move on and keep on with what we're talking about. But if anybody has that answer, put it in the chat. Who did Little Kim say didn't fire the gun at the what building was they at? Was they at the Hot 97 building? What up, Arthur D. Glass? They was just kicking y'all 2 seconds ago. I had to go and fix the thing. Don't forget to pull up to the BBN store. It's on our main page. We have our BBN store now on our YouTube. It's on our main page. It's on our main page. Y'all niggas don't be knowing anything at all about what's happening behind the scenes. And then y'all try to come and tell me what's happening behind the scenes.
Hey, young lady. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you.
Like y'all be knowing nothing about nothing.
Never change. Oh, I always see you out coming out the door. That must be love. That must be every day. All right.
Y'all be knowing nothing about what's happening behind the scenes. Nothing at all. Y'all be knowing nothing.
You sleeping?
Not you guys. I'm talking about the people that's coming here telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Sebastian, am I getting the name wrong? Sebastian, who did Little Kim say? Hold on. I got Google, right? What you call that? Hold on. Perjury. Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe I got the name wrong. Let's go check. I don't think I do. Somebody thought Little Kim was Marcus Student. Okay, so they're not even mentioning the fucking dude's name. Mr. Butler. And it was going back and forth with CNN. And it was at the Hot 97 station.
Look! But that mommy on the waiting. Oh. They have mommy on the waiting. Mommy on the waiting. Mommy on the waiting.
Anyway, let's go back to what we're doing. It was who I said it was. To the
They have a Mario. They have a Mario movie on beach, but not today.
the 2 train derailment in DC earlier this AM. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sheesh. I don't know anything about that. You got, but sheesh, fam. What else we talking about? Put it in the chat. I think I'm gonna have to go back to just shooting it in the crib because like gonna have to go back to just shooting it in the crib because like I want to shoot outside. Don't get it confused, but I think people want to shoot outside. Don't get it confused, but I think people just I think when I can, I got to get back to just shooting in the crib. Man. Early as possible. I can't never tell if the actual app is on, so sometimes when y'all see me look down, I'm actually trying to see if the shit is working. I don't know if I'm live or not still. Did you see Jamie Foxx on the boat? Yeah, I saw Jamie Foxx moving around and everything. I saw Jamie Foxx moving around and everything. And then I saw people saying, that's not Jamie Foxx, that's a clone. First thing I'm gonna say is, Until I have reason to believe that's not Jamie Foxx, I'm going to believe that that's Jamie Foxx. I'm very happy that the assumptions of his death or his bad health or the stories of them aren't true. Yeah, this outside shit is just not gonna work. I gotta go find the street ain't nobody on. I gotta go find like back alley or some shit. Go around the corner. So I gotta keep going around the corner for different reasons, like every 5 minutes. And every time I do this, so. The guy they say was Jamie Foxx didn't have the tattoo on the back of his head. Choke No Joke showed it last night. So that's a fake Jamie Foxx, y'all saying? I mean, what the heck do I know? I don't know if it's a real Jamie Foxx. I don't know if it's a fake Jamie Foxx. I haven't gotten the slightest idea. Let's see if a person could act. Let's see if they have any of... Jamie Foxx is uber talented, fam. If whoever that is not Jamie Foxx, then we'll know because no more Jamie Foxx content will drop. Jamie Foxx is one of the most talented damn people in Hollywood, fam. He does impressions. He can sing. I don't know if he can dance or not, but I think he can. He can act his ass off. Jamie Foxx is one of the most, the hell is that smell, fam? Jay-Z Fox is one of the most talented people, maybe as far as content is concerned, as far as just artistic talent is concerned. He's probably one of the most talented people on the planet right now, fam. So we'll know if that's the real Jamie Foxx, because sooner or later the person's gonna have to act, right? If they fall off a cliff, we know that's not the real Jamie Foxx. I'm gonna leave it for that. If they fall off a cliff, it's not the real Jamie Foxx. I'm not gonna stand here with the super conspiracy theories. I don't know nothing about cloning. I don't know nothing about having the fake guys running around looking like you. I know I have a lot of people that try to fake being me on social media and all that type of shit so they could get more people to hate me. I know that's a thing apparently. But no, that's not the type of time I'm on. There is a weird ass fucking smell over here. The shit just pulled up a minute ago. The shit smells like fucking chemicals. What the fuck? Yeah, so I don't know. Shout out to Choke No Joke. I'm not trying to figure out if niggas is clones. I'm not trying to figure out if people aren't who they supposed to be. That's not what we do over here. But if we could talk about it, I guess. But, you know, I'm not trying to figure it out. Think about it like this. If that's not Jamie Foxx, what are we going to do? What are you going to do if that's not Jamie Foxx? What you gonna do? What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We 54 minutes in. One more thing I wanted to discuss on YNW Melly. We've been all over the place. One more thing I wanted to discuss about YNW Melly. The prosecution took another L. So YNW Melly had said that he was going to turn himself in. And when he said he was going to turn himself in, he used the term crackers. The judge is going to allow for the defense team to take the word crackers out of the video before they show it to the jury, just to make sure that the jury isn't prejudiced. And that's what I mean by when I be talking about how y'all be deciding to side with this person and side with that person. When the person don't even have any facts, they just come to you talking about opinions that's meant to make you prejudiced against the other person. Good morning. Y'all be out here siding with people that don't have no facts, don't know what they're talking about, and the whole reason why they telling you you shouldn't fuck with that person has to deal with their personal belief about that individual. That's a whole entire opinion, and most likely has nothing to do with the character of that person. That's like saying because a person says curse words, they don't believe in God. And there'll be people that'll try to get you to try to believe that. Yo, I heard that person say a curse word and kids heard him. He can't believe in God. What the heck does believing in God has to do with the fact that you are not perfect? None of us are perfect. So unless I'm perfect, that means that I don't believe in God? Just think about how insane that is. No human being is perfect. But Satan worshipers, people who try to push Satan's agenda, whether they worship him or not, they might just be trying to push his agenda. They will tell you that if you're not 100% perfect, you can't believe in God. Good morning. That's yours? None of us are perfect, fam. We all have errors. We all have flaws. We just don't all have the same flaws. We just don't all make the same errors. We all have flaws, man. Good morning. Not everybody is for everybody, fam. And that's the shit that pissed me off. The people who ain't for me try to force their way into my life. Like the damn the fucking Kifu people. The people who ain't for me try to force their way in my life. So I can't even get away, fam. Oh, shoot. That's right. They do put chairs out here. I thought y'all opened out one. Oh, you just putting them out early. You the man, my brother. Let's go. Good people do good things, fam. I gotta go around the corner for a second. Things, fam. Y'all busy out here thinking good people never make mistakes. No, good people make mistakes. Good people make mistakes is bad people problem. But the difference is good people do good, fam. Good people want to do the right thing. Good people want to do it. Now, considering how many people we got out here in this world that don't give a damn about doing good, think about that. We got people out here that don't give a damn about doing good. We got people out here that it ain't even a thought. If they see somebody else doing good, they're going to try to stop them. What we doing? Put it in the chat. Wait, let me look at mine. Lady said that. The lady yesterday said, I think she's going to bring her son around there to fight me today. So, I guess that's happening. The lady that came to the park and just sat there and disrespected me for about 10 minutes before I opened my mouth and said anything back to her. Shout out to her and her people. Y'all terrible people. That wasn't a real shout out. Y'all terrible people, fam. You send kids to the park and then you to tell you when I'm at the park just so you could come to the park and harass me. You are terrible people, fam. She was just, I don't know. Apparently, it's important to them that I'm dating or not. So they was just sitting there trying to disrespect me because I'm single. Just disrespecting me. Just some Puerto Rican people. They Puerto Rican or Dominican. The dude was Dominican. They could have been Dominican. Just sitting there and just disrespecting me because I'm single. I don't even know these people, fam. I ain't never seen these people a day in my life. I literally have a friend that I told them that I don't get shaves because of all of the hate that I get the same way whenever I get shaves. So I don't like getting shaves. I don't like getting haircuts. I promised them that I'm gonna get a haircut though, so I gotta get a haircut soon. But I don't like getting shaves. I don't like getting haircuts. It just causes more problems. Anyway, that's why y'all don't really ever see me with a shave or a haircut. It just causes too many problems. I don't want the problems. I'd rather just never have a shave than have the problems. Anyway, what else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, I'd just rather not have the problems. Also, hold on. Let me tell y'all one more thing about what happened yesterday. So while they're sitting there, and this is what I mean. They sitting there, and they start blaspheming God, right? Hold on. Let me tell you what happened. We can talk about the ESPN layoffs. Hold on. So they sitting there, and I say something. One of my Jewish friends is there, right? Young kid. He like a teenager, 17 or some shit like that. But you know, those dudes all, when they go to school and they, for the Bible, like they read their, they know scripture. So I'm standing there and the people just being super disrespectful. It don't even make sense, man. And so I say something to him and then they start saying shit back trying to mock me, but they saying whole blasphemous shit. So I look at the dude and I say, they hate me so much that they blaspheming God. They don't even know it. And then he's sitting there, this nigga, he's one of them Jewish kids, like 17, 18 years old or some shit, probably like 16. And he says the same thing, and they hear him, and that's when they leave. When he's like, yo, why they doing that? Like, yeah, they are blaspheming God. Why they doing that? These mofos came to the park with a whole bunch of children, started blaspheming God, and then started getting the children to blaspheme God at me also. It was bananas. And then after dude said that, I guess, they got up and left. Like, it was crazy. They was just they just started blaspheming God and blaspheming and started getting the children to join in and everything. It was bananas. I don't live a regular life, fam. I literally live the life of, there's like 3 or 4 different groups of people that they just hate me. And depending on what day it is depending on which one I run into. That's my life. ESPN's Tune says, what you think about ESPN laying off all those people and people moving more to the podcast? First of all, those people should have been having their own podcast a long time ago that had nothing to do with ESPN. If you already built up your name, why wouldn't you go and become the owner? Niggas is weird. Like, why wouldn't you become the owner? You got your name. You got the money to be able to back whatever the thing is that you need done. Why don't you become an owner? Why are you going to stay a worker? Like, that don't even make sense to me. That's backwards. So I don't agree with it. I'm not saying it's not something that's happening. I'm just saying it sounds like, these niggas. Yeah, that's backwards. I want to do comics also. I want to start doing podcasts with some people where we talk about sports. I want to have a podcast about comics. I'm in on everything. I would love to have a podcast on all of the different things in which I talk about. Just right now, I'm not in a position to be able to maximize that potential of that idea. Dude, I got the wild, like, my life don't even make sense, man. What up, DSTN? My life doesn't even make sense, man. It don't make sense. Oh no, I didn't do anything. I'm just single. The lady just came to the park to disrespect me because I'm single. That's it. There's nothing else. I don't know them. I didn't say nothing to them. I don't know them. Fam, I lost 4 in 3 weeks. Nothing makes sense. 4 women? Come on, get that out of here, please, fam. That just be fucking me up, fam. I gotta go around the corner. Family and friends. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. I really am sorry to hear. I don't have any family, and you know, I've had very few people that I consider friends. So I don't know how that feels, but I know it has to be painful, and I'm sorry to hear about that. We gotta stay around the corner. I can't understand your pain. I don't have anybody to, like, really. That hurt, and I'm sorry to hear about your situation. Yeah, I don't got no family, and I don't really got no loved ones. I got like 3 people, I think. I know it'll hurt me if something happened to my daughter. I got 2 good friends. My good friends got family. I wouldn't want nothing to happen to them. That's about it. That's all I got. DSTN said the city on fire. I'm just glad I'm a civilian. Fam, people need to stop playing with this wanting to be in these street shit. I don't even understand the concept. Like, I don't understand the concept of wanting to be a street nigga. I understand the concept of wanting to be a husband. I understand the concept of wanting to be a father. I just don't understand the concept of wanting to be a street nigga. I understand that concept. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, and I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just saying, when I was growing up, I grew up with a lot of 5%ers. A lot of niggas was straight street niggas. If you don't know, you don't know. So the majority of the contact I had as a child was with gods and earths, right? And a lot of them dudes were straight murderers. If you know, you know. That's all I can say. So I don't understand wanting to be in the street. The majority of the conversations them have is about becoming legitimate, getting out of the street. That's what niggas talked about. Niggas didn't really, when I was around, that's what niggas talked about. Niggas talk about how they gonna get into a situation where they making legal money. You know? We talked about growth and development in the community. Well, they did. I just listened. You know, they talked about the things that we need in the community back then that would help the community. You understand? So they talked about growth and development back then. I'm 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 listening to this. I go around my cousins, you know, 8, 9, 10. I'm at their houses. You know, these are the same conversations that we're having. How we gonna fix the community, shit like that. These are straight up stone cold killers. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't understand the new street nigga for the most part. Because at the end of the day, it's always about protecting the neighborhood. At the end of it, it's always about protecting your neighborhood, fam. Always. But it don't necessarily seem to be what that's about no more. It seemed to be about how much you could drain the neighborhood now. It seemed to be something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, the street niggas, the big hood like crazy. Like, throughout the summer in New York City, there was parties literally almost every day. Because this drug dealer is battling that drug dealer and parties for his neighborhood. This is all facts. So they'll go spend. Good morning. So they'll go spend so much money. They'll get DJs. They'll hire the DJs. The DJs gonna bring their dancers with them, their rappers with them, because that's why the DJ was so important, because the DJ was the plug. You understand? The DJ, when you hire the DJ, he's bringing the rappers. He's bringing the dancers. You understand? So, being a street dude back then and being a street dude now is kind of different, fam. Like the big drug dealers when I was growing up, like there was a certain level of, they wanted to look like they was giving back to the community. Like they just wanted the optics. They wanted the community to love them, not fear them. You understand? They wanted the community to love them. It was just different. Were they bringing drugs in the community and tearing the community down? Absolutely. Were they killing niggas? They was killing other drug dealers and other people involved in the game just like they was. Absolutely. We have the same thing going on now. It's just now we don't have the people that's giving back. They're not doing the giving back part, but they doing all the other shit. Salute. So I don't agree with any of the bad shit that's going on. I'm just explaining that there was a difference. Tony Yayo said on Drink Champs that back then your worst enemy might give you a pass if you with your girl or your family. People didn't run up on you when you was with your family, fam. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. People didn't run up on you if you was with your family, fam. If you was with your girl or you was with your you got a pass, man. All right. You got a pass, man. You might get a loud pass or you might get a quiet pass, but you'll get a pass. If you with your moms, you 100% gonna get a pass. If you see, that's another thing that I'm trying to say. The level of respect is just different. Like if you was walking around with your moms, nobody's gonna do nothing to you. You with your moms. You understand? You with your moms. Nobody gonna do nothing to you. Different. You understand? You was with your moms, fam. They not doing nothing to you. You good. They not even gonna really come up and say nothing to you. With your girl, and they gonna give you a pass. They might give you a loud pass where they come up to you and you know what I'm saying, yo, da da da, and they say some slick shit. But you with your moms, they probably just gonna just walk you right past you. Come on, my brother. How you doing today, my brother? All right, that's what it is. Have a blessed day. Yes, it's just different, fam. But also, you gotta understand, just the respect for women have changed. You know, when I was growing up, women were strong, but they were softer. You understand what I'm saying? Like a woman didn't have to yell and scream to show her strength. She could whisper and show her strength. You understand what I'm saying? She could talk very softly and show her strength. You understand what I'm saying? Feminine power was different. Ask Rel. Feminine power was different, man. So we're just living in a different area. And once again, I grew up in the Bronx, man. Still to this day, if you go up in the Bronx and you do some shit and don't show no manners, you gonna get into an argument. The Bronx is weird, man. I'm telling you. Like there's a lot of places that you go, it's gonna look like the most hoodest place in the world, but have manners. How you doing? Oh, now you good? You good? Today's Tuesday. They open at 1.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sorry there, my brother. What time is it? 11.
Are you from the Bronx?
Yes, sir.
Nothing wrong.
Huh?
There's nothing wrong. I know people from Bronx. I know people from all over.
That's what I say. But everybody assume the Bronx is super dangerous.
I'm not that simple-minded. One of my friends, I've known him for 40 years.
Yeah, but you've also probably know the old Bronx and know the new Bronx. And the old Bronx is a lot different.
I agree.
This is deja vu.
My friend grew up in Soundview.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you already know.
Yeah. I performed up there, yeah.
You perform doing what? Huh?
Well, I worked in Law and Order. I've been around. I've done movies, worked on movies. Well, my friend grew up in Soundview.
Okay.
He knew the, well, I know you know much about music.
Yes, sir.
The Chiffons. Have you heard of them?
The Chiffons?
A female
They sing.
singing group.
They
called
sing, the Chiffons. They had a big
My
hit. They
friend
had one
knew that.
really big hit. I forgot what it was.
So fine.
Huh?
He's so fine.
Ah.
They had other songs too. But my friend grew up in the Bronx.
Okay.
So we talk about Brooklyn and the Bronx.
The old Bronx was a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, very different. You know, different. Well, this whole city's so different.
Yeah.
But are you teaching?
I'm just doing my YouTube page.
But do you teach?
I just do what you see me do.
No, I just didn't.
I don't go anywhere where I
teach. You should be teaching. I'm a teacher. I can say that.
Oh, you're a teacher. And you think I should be
Among other
teaching?
things, too. An actor too.
Yeah, I appreciate you. That's a fact.
That said, I worked on Law and Order. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, Ransom.
Yes.
I'm in it. Beginning of the movie.
Okay.
But that's not the other movie. I did a lot of work with the Muppets.
With the Muppets? Okay.
But, this year they're going to have a tribute. It's been 40 years since Jim Henson. Actually, not exactly 40 years, but he died in '93. So they're going to do a tribute to him. Because he would have been 80 in his 80s. Yeah. So I did a lot of work with them before he died. Particularly the Muppet segment.
Okay.
But you're very articulate.
I appreciate you. Most people don't like me. I have no idea why.
Well, you know, some people. If you don't fit their little box, hey, they don't like anything.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm going to get back to my show, my brother. It was a blessing. I appreciate this conversation.
I'll see you again. I'll see you again.
And your name is?
Oh, that name is King. K-I-N-G.
King?
That's easy. King. Like Martin Luther?
Yeah, salute, King. Salute. Appreciate you.
But you go back to your work.
Thank you very much.
What's your first name again?
I'm Jack.
Jack?
Yeah, Frost. Jack Frost.
Jack Frost?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have a nice day.
You also. That's the universe sending me inspiration. Shout out Andrew. Respect is a must. When you heard how I asked him about how the old Bronx is, he laughed. The old Bronx was, for everybody that think the Bronx is bad now, y'all don't know. Y'all do not know. Y'all do not know, fam. The rules are there for a reason. That's a fact, DSTN. Tori Mosey says, were you at the original hip-hop parties? I went to quite a few parties, but I was a child, remember. Super child. I've been to a couple of, like, jams and stuff like that, but that was mostly because my cousin was a DJ. Yes, we do have the tunnel, or had the tunnel, or however that want to be referenced. Felt your energy coming up. How y'all doing this morning? Tell her I said hi. Don't forget now. She work here. You know that this Monday is 1 o'clock. Why was she so surprised the door was locked? Tuesday is 1 o'clock. She was so surprised. I didn't want to laugh at her. It's you know that this, you know, you work here. 1 o'clock. Dude said I should be a teacher. So he is a teacher. Appreciate it. the Bronx was different back in the day, man. I'm trying to tell you. Niggas will get into a fight with you or argument over for you not being respectful though. That was always important. Little shit too. Not holding the door might get you into a fight. Like real shit. A lot of us Bronx niggas we just different, fam. I just respect everybody different, right? So like my Brooklyn friends, my friends from out in Brooklyn, like they different from my friends from other places. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't get drill music. I don't get drill music at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't get drill music. Not even a little. Not even a little. I don't get it. Y'all all sound the same. Y'all all sound like y'all saying the exact same thing to me. And y'all all sound like y'all all trying to use the same exact voice. I don't get drill music. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. I'm not saying it's bad or nothing. I'm just saying I don't get it. With that being said, if anybody is enjoying the show this morning, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. And we'll do a saloon drop this morning if y'all, I don't know. I don't know if I'm up for doing a saloon right now. Probably not up for it. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We got a couple of minutes. I think my phone is, the charge is decent. We got a couple of minutes. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I keep trying to tell you I'm pretty easy to talk to. It's just that people always trying to come up to me, either force me to have a conversation with them in some weird ass fucking way, try to argue with me, or they just want to have a conversations about the differences of our opinions, which it doesn't, I don't care. So I don't even never want to have those conversations. That's not something I care about. I don't care about my own opinion on most things, basically. So I genuinely don't care about other people's opinions on most things. If I care, I ask you. My own opinion ain't that important to me on most things. First of all, God says don't lean on your own understanding. So basically, I shouldn't be paying too much attention to my own opinion. People will really try to make you believe that somebody's a bad person because they don't want to put up with their shit. This person didn't put up with my bullshit. They can't be a good person. That's what they gonna tell you. What up? What we talking about? We got 78 people in here. What are we talking about? Blazes GM said he might wait months to trade Dame. They being petty. No, that's not really being petty. He might be waiting to see if the value of Dame will go up. Closer to the season, people might get desperate and they might be ready to give away more than they're ready to give away now. You know, people are looking at their options. It's like a lot of time your woman is going to cheat on you or your man is going to cheat on you because they believe that there's options. You understand? So Portland wants to look at their options first. Remember, they might, when you think they're going to get another player of Dame's caliber? So they need to get everything they can back for him. They already effed up because they should have traded him like 3 or 4 years ago if they wasn't going to get nobody for him to win with. So they already messed up. You understand? They kept him too long. They kept him too long. Hold on, are we getting kicked? I think y'all getting kicked again. So that's one of their problems, just so we could be honest. They kept him too long. Because they wasn't trying to build around him and they wasn't trying to win with him. So why keep him? That don't make sense. I mean, resetting my YouTube over and over again. I don't know if that helps the Warriors. I don't know how much Chris Paul helps them. Everybody forgets Chris Paul has been a notoriously bad teammate, allegedly. Allegedly, Chris Paul is a notoriously hard person to play a teammate with. Allegedly. And if you don't believe me, why was he traded so many times? Chris Paul is considered one of our great point guards. Why he keep getting traded? So historically, Chris Paul has been known to be somebody who is hard to play with. Historically. So I don't know if that's going to work for them. They got rid of one player who was tough to play with but had no pedigree. And then they picked up another player who's tough to play with that has an extensive pedigree, just no rings. So I don't know how that benefits them. I don't know if they shouldn't have went and got a big that could roll to the basket. I don't know if they needed anything. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know how Chris Paul is going to help. Chris Paul does not have the best playoffs. I agree. Torrey Mosley said he's always hurt. Yeah, he does not have the best playoffs. I agree. Feel like the Warriors picked him up to stop him from going back to the Suns, possibly. Remember also, he don't like Jordan Poole. Dame doesn't like Jordan Poole, pardon me. Dame doesn't like Jordan Poole. I don't like Jordan Poole. I think I'm okay with cocky, but I'm not okay with disrespect that you haven't earned. Like, you got to earn the ability to be a certain level of cocky. And if you don't earn the ability to be that certain level of cocky, to me, you're just being disrespectful. I think he's more disrespectful than anything else. Said Jordan Poole don't like Jordan Poole. We're about to get out of here. I'm starving. I got to get out of here. I'm hungry. I'm about to get ready to bounce. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm an hour away from the. I'm damn near a mile away from the crib. Wonder if the homies are. They got CP3 to run the second team, and then whenever Steph and Clay need rest. Yeah, but I don't think that's a big enough reason to pick up CP3, fam. That's all I'm saying. I don't believe that's a big enough reason to pick up CP3. In a perfect world, during my morning show, I would walk from location to location saying what's up to my friends that own them. So what y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. We got a couple more minutes. Yeah, New York traffic is cool. Drivers. I used to drive trucks, yo. Okay, so I used to drive, okay, I drove trucks for like a couple of different companies. But this one company, good morning, my brother. But this one company that I drove for was a budget truck rental. I was the manager at a budget truck rental. When I tell you that my boss used to, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but when I tell you that my boss used to have me driving all over New York, like, because you got to deliver trucks from one budget to another budget. You got to pick up cars and shit like that. So I used to just be driving around New York. Like, my day was literally me going to work. I might rent a truck here, rent a truck there. But like 3 days out the week, I'm just driving around New York City going from point A to point B. Picking up stuff, picking up trucks, dropping trucks off, picking up cars, dropping cars off. And then I got to make it back to the office before the end of the day because I got to park all the trucks in the lot. It was a nice job. It just didn't pay enough. Tori Mosley says, Isaiah Thomas told Gilbert Arenas, co-host of the Summer League yesterday, he wanted to talk to him about trash talking the 80s NBA. Gilbert Arenas is wrong. Gilbert Arenas said Michael Jordan played against a whole bunch of cokeheads and whatever the hell. Michael Jordan played against Magic, Larry, Magic, Bird, Isaiah, Dr. J, Moses Malone, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So I'm not paying any attention to Gilbert Arenas. He don't know what he's talking about. He just talking. He's just a hater, fam. Gilbert Arenas is just a hater. One of the main things I try to teach the kids is that we don't look at other people and say you ain't shit. We don't look at other people and say that you're bad. We look at other people and we respect the things that they do well so we could become better than them. If you don't respect your adversary's strengths, how can you overcome those strengths? So I teach the kids to respect their adversary's strengths because that's the only way that you could become better than that. So I don't like the whole that person ain't shit, you a bum talk. That sound like weakness to me. The only people that have to talk about how other people is bad at something is weak people. If you're strong and you're not weak, you can speak about the strengths of your opponents. Why is there any problem? If you're strong and you're not weak, you can speak about how your adversaries might be right about something. You understand? It's weakness that makes us think that we have to try to destroy something. I'm playing basketball yesterday with the kids. I want to tell y'all this. So we got these kids that I call the Wonder Twins. It's a brother and sister combination. Right? They're Asian. I call them the Wonder Twins. Right? When I first started playing with them, they were so timid. They was just scared. They were just timid. Now both of these two will run through a damn brick wall. These is kids. So 2 things happened yesterday that I want to tell you about real quick. The first one was the girl, I'm not going to tell you her name. Basically, I don't know if she checked, like in hockey, she checked this one dude